must make this lift.
Det är vi. Grattis säger.
Vad har dragit över 200 på träning, det vet jag. Hon har gjort det även i Michael.
She'd been coming back from an injury.
Hi everyone and welcome to a new YouTube video. In this video today I wanted to go over how I will currently go on a smaller cut or a smaller deficit in order to, well, it's mostly for my powerlifting, but how I will do that while maintaining strength but also maintaining balance, because I have struggled with eating disorders and binge eating in the past. So right now when I have to sometimes go on a smaller diet or so in order to just make weight, for example, for my competing in powerlifting, and you know, it's always been a struggle with balance. At the moment I can't truly have that balance. When I go on a smaller diet, I never get back into my old eating disorder or disorder eating behavior or anything like that. I don't get any kind of mental ghosts anymore, but I did in the past, and this is what I'm doing currently on how to do this. First off, if you yourself really struggle with eating disorders, I really recommend getting professional help first. Really remember that. So, but who this video is for is if you're going to lose weight, for it can be for many different reasons. So some that will watch this video will be into powerlifting and competing in powerlifting, and yes, this can be helpful for you. But many people, they see me as a powerlifting coach only, but to be completely honest, maybe 10 or 20% of the people that we coach are people that, you know, competing in powerlifting. Rest, the 90-80%, they are just regular people, men and women, and mostly actually women, and that are above 30, 40, 50, 60 years, 70 years old even, that, you know, they want to find a balance in their training. They want to get stronger, they want to tone their body, get defined muscles, they want to not necessarily look like a bodybuilder or like an athlete, but they want to feel better in their own skin and be a little bit more toned, lose weight and feel healthier, feel like they're faster, like they're more mobile, that they can move how they want. And if you're one of those people that are watching this video, or actually if you are a powerlifter, you need to lose weight at the moment for some specific reason, whatever it can be, balance is one of the hardest things, because usually we go on really restricted diets that have no balance in them whatsoever, and it's never sustainable. So this is how you can do it, and the mindset behind it, that's the most important thing to be able to pull this off. So the mindset behind doing that kind of cut. So first of all, why am I doing this cut? Well, it's basically because I just competed at nationals like a month ago. After nationals, I compete in the minus under 63 kilo weight class. So in competition, I need to be at under 63 kilos. My next competition is not until Worlds at the what is it, the 31st August, I think it is. So it's not until then. But after nationals, I ate a little bit more for different reasons, and I gained up a little bit, and just because I did a water cut, my body was sort of unbalanced, because I did a water cut to make weight. I usually go around 65 kilos. From there I can really cut easily to make it to my competition, but right now I've been sitting at 68 to 67 kilos, and that's why I want to go on a smaller cut right now, because I still have a lot of time left until my meet. So we want to go on a smaller deficit to lose around 2-3 kilos just to get down to 65 kg body weight again, and from there be able to eat more again and just maintain my body weight and not be in a deficit all the way to the competition. So for me, it's about performance at Worlds, so that I don't have to diet before the competition. So I do the diet now instead, so that I can eat more for the rest of the time until the meet. That's why I need to go on a smaller deficit right now. For me, it has been a little bit harder to wrap my head around this time, because as someone struggled with eating disorder, for the first time ever in my life, I've been eating more than I ever had before, not feeling uncomfortable with my body. I've been at 67, 68 kg, and before, like, just 65 kg was really hard for me to sit on mentally. I was really uncomfortable thinking I look fluffy and those kind of things, but right now, I didn't. I was at that weight, I was at 67, and I am, and I'm not at all uncomfortable with my body. I don't have like a lot of demons in my head anymore, but I'm actually being comfortable. I've been feeling good, and so it's been hard for me getting to that mental state and now knowing, okay, now I have to diet down again. Because usually before, when I got to this weight, I always dieted automatically because I was so uncomfortable with my body, and this time I haven't. So it's a bit difficult to wrap my head around it. It has been, but I managed to realize, okay, I'm doing it for the sport, and I'm not doing it to get my body to look better at this point. But you have to, what I mean by this and why I want to tell you why I'm doing it is to give you a sense of understanding and also try to find out your why. Because the first thing that you want to think about when it comes to doing a cut is, you know, actually realizing where have you failed with a cut before and what has been going on mentally. Like, what are the demons that you've used to had? For me, it was, okay, I hated my body. I would go on a diet and like every day I would feel on my tummy, try to feel like, okay, has my fat gone away? Those kind of things. And that's where I like really failed before. I would go really restrictive. I would always binge in the weekend because I was so restrictive during the weeks. And I realize now why I'm doing it. It's for performance. It's actually for strength long term. It's not about my body, and that helps me go through with it. So you need to remember your why. Maybe it is to just have more energy. If you have a lot of weight you want to lose, maybe it's just because you want to have more energy, be able to go skiing, biking, hanging out with your kids, those kind of things. So first of all, you want to remember the why. Why are you going through a deficit trying to lose weight now? Where have you failed before? So was it because you were so restrictive, you were eating so little, you could never stick to it? Was it discipline? Was it planning? All of those things. Try to first of all analyze that. Now, with that said, how I'm gonna go about this cut is, it's not gonna be a huge cut. So I had a lot of clients that have done this too in the past when they're wanting to lose weight, is I never put them on not even a 500 calorie deficit or a 1,000 calorie deficit. I don't get them to eat that little food from what they're eating now. I always go very, very, very small and do it long term instead. And this is the first key. Ditch all the restricted diets. All the really restrictiveness where you just eat chicken and rice, you eat really small portions of food, ditch the hell out of it. So what I'm doing is I'm not doing that. I'm not that restrictive. I'm focusing on good quality foods. So I really focus on eating foods that fuel me for my training. This means oatmeal, whole eggs, milk, because I love milk. It's red meat, fish. It can be chicken. I'm not a fan of chicken, honestly, so I don't eat a lot of chicken. It's like red meat, you get more nutrients from it, but I eat those fish and red meat because it's the protein sources that I like. I have sometimes Greek yogurt. I have white rice, potatoes, and I would have like berries. Very simple. Like, those are the food choices that are good for my training, but that I personally really enjoy eating every day. And so I have those. And before talking about calories, I used to eat like 2,800 to 3,100. Between there, that's what I eat in a normal day. Now going on deficit, I'm eating 2,600 to 2,700. So what you can see, it's very small. It's not like this 500 calorie deficit, like I'm going down on 2,000 calories to lose weight. No, I've done that in the past. Always benched in the weekend or afterwards, and it was never sustainable. The balance part got out of it, and also my performance was not maintained. So I want to feel strong in the gym, and if you are doing this and it's not for powerlifting or performance, you just want to lose weight, I would still recommend doing this, because you will be able to have a lot of energy, meaning you will have energy to go on walks, you will have energy to go hard in training and be stronger and gain strength in training, which will cause you to build more muscle mass. Overall, with time, it will cause you to burn more fat. It will help and aid you in your weight loss, instead of going really low on calories, not having the energy to go hard in the gym, not having the energy to go heavy or gain strength, and not having the energy to go on walks and stuff. And you will just actually start moving less, meaning you will almost be like in a maintenance instead of being a deficit of your calories where you lose weight. You will almost be in a maintenance, because your body will stop moving too. So it's a very small deficit. I also have help. I have a coach in this that's helping me with everything. He's very well aware of my eating disordered behavior too, which also helps. Now, so with that said, I do this and I really have him helping me, but also it's a very small deficit. It's like 100 to 200 calories only in a deficit. And I'm eating the normal kinds of foods. I eat breakfast, I eat lunch, I eat a snack, and I eat dinner. I usually never eat something after dinner. I used to in the past. I was always having something when watching TV in the night. Something that really helped me with stopping binge eating was just not eating after dinner anymore. And why is just because then I would focus on sleep. If I eat close to bed, my sleep is a bit worse because I can't really digest the food fast enough. So my heart rate is very high when I sleep. So I don't eat after dinner, and this has helped me to like, okay, I eat more on breakfast, I eat more for lunch, I eat more for dinner, and on my snack, but I just don't eat after dinner. But my dinner is like at 6, 7, and instead after dinner I just focus on getting to sleep. And that has helped a lot with binge eating, but also maintaining this and not feeling like I have to get a snack in the evening. It was hard in the beginning, but that's a routine and a habit that I built up over the years, from before always having a snack in the evening. Like I grew up with always having something to eat in the evening. So I changed that around. So doing that and eating regular foods, and I eat the same thing pretty much Monday to Friday. And something that we will do, since I want to maintain strength and I also want to maintain diet or maintain balance, is I have refeed days, and also I have days not on a diet. Now, I know that if you have a really certain goal, people will talk about you have to be on point even on the weekend. And yes, if you're the person that you pig out on the weekend, like all weekend, like Saturday and Sunday, like every single meal that you have, yes, that will cause you to not reach your goals. But what I'm doing is, like I said, Monday to Friday is the same, and I still eat a lot of food, so I usually feel full. On Saturday, I will eat the same for breakfast, lunch, and snack. They will be the same. But dinner will be something different, and since we have a family day on Saturdays, I will usually have like ice cream on the evening to a movie. So there I have that. But on Saturday, I track all my calories still. So I will actually have maybe a smaller snack than I usually do, and maybe just a little bit less for lunch than I used to do. Still, I eat the same breakfast. I still make sure that I get full for lunch and snacks, so that I never allow myself to get starvingly hungry. Because if I eat very little or almost skip meals, I will get so hungry that I will not be able to stick to the plan. I will binge the hell then at the night when I start eating something tasty. So I never allow myself to get that hungry. I always eat up, and if I feel really hungry, I will cut down on the ice cream a little bit, but still make sure that I'm full. So I eat myself full, and then for dinner, it's usually something else. Now in the summer, we like to have burgers. So I can have a normal dinner if I feel like I'm up to having that, or sometimes if I really feel like having burgers, I will have, but I will track it, and I will also track the ice cream. And that way I can still stay. I may go not 2,600 or 2,700. I may here on this day go 2,800. But then I'm more on a maintenance. It's not like I'm on a super surplus. So I track on Saturday. I eat something that's tasty that I love, and so I get that in. But on Saturday I still track because I still train. I try to keep my routines on Saturday. I also still work, so I want to keep my routines as good as possible. But then on Sunday I don't track anything, and I don't eat to any plan at all. Now this on Sundays means a huge breakfast. It usually means pancakes with syrup and berries and sometimes Nutella for lunch. And it means a huge dinner with the family and probably like ice cream now in the summer, or otherwise like maybe some candy or stuff in the evening. So Sunday is a day where I eat a lot, or quite a lot. It's a day where I really eat myself. I get full on Saturdays too, or Sundays. And yes, I usually, probably always, since I don't try, I'm on a surplus on Sundays. But since I'm doing this long term, I want to maintain strength. I have a heavy session on Monday too in squats. I know that all those calories will just make me feel stronger. And since I'm good all other 6 days, I can still reach this goal. So this is something that I've tried in the past to track everything on Sundays too. And all that happened was it was before Europeans last year, and I tracked everything on Sundays too, and I never ate in a surplus. I felt like crap. It was not sustainable, but also my body didn't feel as good, and I actually did not like get more. I got more toned in the past when I actually ate what I wanted for Sundays than when I didn't. So even though it's like wrong in that sense, it helps me maintain a balance, maintain strength, and doing it more long term where my body actually feels better, because I get such a mental rest as well on Sundays when I have no work. I don't use my phone. We are usually out walking and stuff. I'm just with my family. I'm not thinking of anything. I like get a lot of rest mentally as well, and release a lot of stress, that even though I eat more, I feel like it doesn't really matter. Yes, I would probably lose weight faster if I did eat perfectly on Sunday too. Yet I found that it helps me way more for both my strength, my training, but also for my mental health with my balance, by actually having that kind of refeed day where, where I eat what I want. And especially since I benched in the past, now I would have like this sustainability. I can sustain that. I usually do. Even when I'm not on a diet, I would have the same pattern. I would eat good Monday to Saturday. Then I would just not track on Saturday, but I would still eat good. I would eat, myself full, so it wouldn't be a deficit, but it would be a maintenance or even a surplus. All those 6 days would still be good, and Sunday would always be untracked, free from both tracking, from nutrition, from training, and just resting. And it has allowed me to actually, right now it's never even a mission for me eating good Monday to Saturday, because I do it all the time. I want to do it. I feel good. I feel full. I feel happy. I feel energized. I eat a lot of food. My training goes better. My sleep is better. I have energy to go on walks. My work is good. All of those things. But I always have Sunday off. And now especially I do the exact same thing when I'm on a deficit, only that it's it's less food the other days. It helps me a ton to make this sustainable, especially since I have such an eating disordered past. And that's why I wanted to talk about that as well. So the conclusion with the diet that I'm currently on and what you want to do is basically remember, it's not forever. I will do this until I get down to 65 kgs, and then I will eat up again. So it's like, it may be 2 weeks, it may be a month. It won't be for a ton of time. During this time, I also have a why. It's for performance, it's long term, and I know why I'm doing it, and it's important for me to do it. I will commit to the cut as well. But I also will focus on techniquing my training. I won't push weights as much, so I know I will gain from that as well. But I focus on quality as well. You know, I focus on quality foods. So instead of just eating whatever I want every day and having like on Saturday every day, because then I would not feel good, I focus on quality foods which I know that I like, I feel good about, and that help my training and that really help energize me as well. And I do have refeed days, so I do refeed on Sundays. I have one day where I don't track, but since I'm not on such a high deficit. This is what you need to remember. If you're on a really high deficit, like 500 calories or 1,000 calories less than you need, what will happen then is you will feel terrible. And when you have a refeed day, you will usually just bench a ton. Since I don't do that, it's a very small deficit, I don't bench. And that's the key. Since it's a very small deficit, it will take a longer time doing it, but it's sustainable. When I have that day without tracking, it's still moderate. It's not like I'm benching and going overboard and pig out, for example. I'm not doing that because I don't go on such a high cut. And that's something to remember. And if you have struggled with making this sustainable, I would 100% try that. I've had it in the past with, for example, a girl named Lynn. She hasn't been binge eating at all since this time. She's actually been able to lose 5 kilos, which she haven't in a long time, sustainably by eating more instead of going super low. And you know, one day completely free helps a lot. And that's pretty much it for this video. I hope this helped. It was more so about what I'm doing and how I'm doing this. I hope it helps give you inspiration on what you can do as well. If you like the video, you can like and subscribe. You can comment what you thought below. And see you in the next one.